Well, Gaffer, after 2 cup games, it's back to the old bread and butter of the league, and Bradford at home. And at the start of the season, Bradford at home, it may well have been 2 sides pushing for promotion, but it shows what can happen when you change your squad and how well you guys have done.
I think it was 2 good wins. I felt to progress in both cup competitions. To go through in the FA Cup was always expected, of course, and the performance was wholly dominant. But we had to obviously beat a decent looking side. We made changes, but arguably we could have been a League One side on paper, and so could they. But we dealt with the occasion well, we got through. But you're right to identify it. The main priority of this football club is to keep ourselves involved in the promotion race. And Bradford are in town, and like ourselves, they made lots of changes in the summer period. And everyone thought, tipping me included, Bradford would be in that top 6 group, but they've found themselves at the other end. But they've been unfortunate having a look at them recently.
Yeah, in terms of on paper, people will look at that and think, well, team near the top, team near the bottom should be an easy one, but it's never like that, is it? And Bradford have got a lot of players in their squad that should be performing better than what they are at the moment.
Well, it's only 2 weeks ago we went to Wycombe, who were nearer the bottom than the top, and we were sitting one off the top, and we got beaten because we didn't have a mental approach to the game. And I think it quickly works out in a level of the game you play, unless your mental approach is right to deal with what's going to be a tough opponent. Then you won't look after yourselves, and you look at that Bradford squad, you break them down individually. That's a top squad that's been put together, and that is credit to the owners. I think they've been getting a bashing up in Yorkshire, but that's credit to them. And David's come in, he's still finding out the system he wants to play or deploy, and finding out about players, and he'll be finding lots out, because you find more about when you're not winning, you find more about your group. But they'll come here and they'll be confident, and they come with good players on the coach, which makes them a dangerous animal.
Yeah, it's hard as a manager, as you found, and as managers up and down the land have found, when you go in and it's not your squad, because it is obviously hard to get your approach across to players that you wouldn't necessarily have brought into the club yourself. Is that dangerous when you have a manager coming in halfway through the season like Bradford and so many other clubs up and down the land? Yeah,
I think it can be. I think clubs change for, at the time, the right reasons, don't they? You know, when I come in, they changed for the right reasons. It didn't work out. When David's come in, the football club at Bradford, they changed in the summer and changed again when they identified it wasn't working. And it's not a knock on anyone, but when David goes into Bradford, or you come into Posh when I did, it's a different group, there's different mindsets, there's different ways that a manager wants you to play, there are different characters involved, and it is the most difficult job is to then work with those players and get them playing and turned around and be within an acceptable amount of time. But I was very, very fortunate when I came in, the plan was to change it around in the summer, and we did that.
Yeah, mistakes always happen. I suppose it's magnified as when goalkeepers make mistakes. Unfortunately, you've had a couple in the last couple of weeks. How do you sort of pick goalkeepers up? Because obviously their mistakes are magnified because they often cost goals.
I think Connor picked himself up. I think we all know he had a little wobbly 10 minutes for me, a couple of distribution outputs from trying to play full-backs in that were not on, to give him a little wobbly 10 minutes, and then he conceded the goal. But he had 2 wonderful, wonderful saves thereafter. I'm right behind one of them, and I think it's in. Connor's got a big hand to it, so he's been back in. He's back in training today, and we always say, the big fella to anyone else, get the smile back on your face. It's never about a goalkeeper making an error, because they do make errors, and when they make an error, it's normally a goal. But you know, I'm sure earlier in that game we had strikers, a lot of people missing chances that are errors, but no one focuses on them. So Connor still gets all our support. He's a top goalkeeper.
And in terms of other positions in the squad, you look at the left-back area, for instance, you've got Tyler Denton and Colin Daniel, both been out of the side and come back in and played really well. Have you sort of got an issue there in terms of selection, or have they both got different attributes that can work for different games?
I think you said it, they have different attributes, but there is a decision to be made. I think Tyler came in and played away at Burton, and then we played him at home, and at Wycombe, so he wasn't so good. Kept faith with him at Bromley, and he was very good. But Colin Daniel, for me, was more like the Colin Daniel in August when he played the other night. I'm not sure if he got sponsors man of the match. He certainly got my pick of the performances. I thought he was excellent. So that's a good competitive battle that's going on there. But we've got it around the pitch. Sebastian Bissong's come in. I think for 65 minutes he was excellent, and his legs went a bit crusty and wobbly, and which I told him to expect. And big fella's back in the building every day since. But I think all over the pitch, I think we've got players screaming to be back in the team. Louis Reid was particularly good. I was really pleased with Marcus Madison. So there's players fighting to go back in the side. Yeah,
you mentioned Ryan Tafazoli had a little bit of a problem ahead of the Bromley game, played through it and seemed to have no reaction. Is he okay in terms of injuries?
He's fine. You know, we were probably the supporters down at Bromley, the Posh supporters would have seen me called out to the warm-up area a couple of times, and Ryan had the concerns that he just a little spasm in his bag, but he wanted to start the game and he got through it. But the clear medical advice thereafter was no activity on Tuesday in terms of get in the building, get some work done on a bike and different things, and plenty of rubs and massages and things like that. So we took their advice, and his big man's trained well today, so with no after effects, so that's good. Maybe it was the reaction to 3 or 4 days on the synthetic surface, because obviously we have one here at the training ground for the youngsters, and we had to succumb and use that on days leading up to the Bromley match. So maybe it was on the back end of 3 or 4 of them.
Yeah, you had 3 captains in mind at the start of the season. Obviously you had Jason Naismith, Ryan Tafazoli and Alex Woodyard. Of course, none of those played on Tuesday, so Rhys Bennett got the armband and probably enjoyed that responsibility. He's someone that actually, when you think about it, has all the materials to be a captain. I
thought Rhys was excellent on Tuesday. I think given and you have to look at the quality of the Luton striker in supporting players, is that I think that's as good as Rhys has played. He's had many a fine game here, but I think he set the benchmark. I think he was outstanding from start to finish. He was up there with Colin Daniel. I thought they were our 2 best players, but Rhys marshalled that back four and did particularly well when Big Sebastian was needing a bit of oxygen that last 10 minutes. Then Rhys is super fit, as everyone knows, and prides himself on it, and he's got good pace. But I'm really pleased for him. It was an easy decision to give him the armband.
And in terms of the FA Cup, obviously got drawn at home against Aldershot or Bradford, of course, who we play on Saturday. I guess you always want a home tie, and you can cross that bridge when it comes to it, I guess.
Yeah, we have to switch off from the FA Cup. We'll be respectful of Aldershot and Bradford. We'll watch that at first hand on Tuesday when the replay takes place, whatever happens here with Bradford on Saturday, and we'll prepare ourselves, because I expect it to be Bradford, in all honesty. That's not knocking the lads at Aldershot. I think sometimes as a non-league club you get your chance if you're on home turf, but they'll go up, and I'm sure they'll go up there and win a battle. So we'll be watching it first hand, just to, if it is Aldershot, we have a closer look at them.
Checker Trophy draw is Friday afternoon. It's regionalised, southern section. Could be Exeter away, which is a long way to go, but I guess that's the nature of the competition, and you have to take with whoever comes.
Well, if you were asking me, I really want the draw to be Exeter away, because I want to feel what it's like to go further for football than my holidays. So, listen, whatever it is, we're away because we didn't finish top of the group, and Luton did that, so they'll get the benefits of a home game. Out the ones that's left, I don't mind who we've got. We'll go there, we'll put our side out, and we'll see how we are for bodies at the time as to how strong it is.
And just finally, Gaffer, on Sunday night, I'm a Celebrity starts on ITV, and Harry Redknapp is in the jungle. Is that something you could take on? Do you fancy yourself in the jungle?
Yeah, I think I'd be a good attraction to those in the jungle. Do you know what I mean? I'll lose a bit of weight, wouldn't I? Because I only get rice and beans for a while. I'm sure there'll be a few stories from Sir Harry coming out, along with me. It's a programme that I really like. You see some of these celebrities at the end of their 10th, don't they? And I'm sure Harry will be. Go on, son.